Hello, my name is Collection Connoisseur. I collect digital thingamabobs and video games. Today I'm playing Monster Train. At this point in my playthrough of Monster Train, there are two more cards I have to Divinity Master, and they're both Wurmkin units. So we will be playing as the Wurmkin. Since we played with the Wurmkin as primary the last time we played as them, we're going to play with them as secondary. And I've chosen Umbra as the primary with the Primordium because we don't have the crown for Primordium with Umbra Wurmkin. So this is where we are. We're trying to master cards. And, you know, that's a pretty weird setup, honestly. Let's try it. So Seraph the Chaste removes half of buffs and debuffs. We got Umbra Assault, one of my least favorite common cards. Hosting Kin, also one of my least favorite. These might be the two that I dislike to see as common cards in these two particular clans. And Grovel, which is fine. It's a consistent source of morsels at least, which is not something we have anywhere else. Upgrade the champion. I like Superfood, especially when we have a chance to add damage shield, like we do with Grovel. Huzzah. Mask of Penumbra. Ooh, draw cards. Alright. I mean, we don't have much going for us, but we've got something. We have to turn this on. We're gonna get damaged because we turned that on. But we've got to for a chance to Divinity Master something. It does mean the plinks do practically nothing. Alright, well, Train Steward and Primordium. And then we're gonna fracture you twice, because at least that will probably kill you. We could play a plink at the top to get a morsel, which would draw us a card. Okay, you know, I'll do that. So plink at the top, get a morsel, it's a Rebel morsel, we'll play it. That got Grovel, which would have been nicer to get next turn, honestly. So, it didn't help us much. The plink in the center or the fracture in the center. Either one kills this one, and it's basically the same. I want to play a fracture on one of you, but I want you to die. And we don't guarantee you die unless we get an echo on this floor. Okay, we've got fractures. The problem is none of those are really going to die at our current rate. So we're going to playing a Train Steward there. The Train Steward just dies, so we'll put it at the bottom. Let's fracture. And if we fracture this one, then you'll both get 6 damage. And that'll mean that if we get more echoes at the top next turn, then you'll die next turn. You are still a problem, but at least you don't deal as much damage as these. And Umbra Assault. I think we're just going to play that on the front one. Alright. Okay, let's see what we can do with that top floor. We got a Hosting Kin, which is pretty nice. We got a plink, which is not enough to cause these to die unless it hits them for 1. Alright, so the back one is going to die. We don't really want to move you to the back. We actually don't want to move you to the back, because then you get less damage this turn. So I guess what we do is we Hosting Kin this one, and we Train Steward. We could Train Steward at the top, because the Train Steward will die. And then it doesn't die if we Hosting Kin this one, which is probably what we're going to do. If we Umbra Assault this one, it gets hurt. But the problem is mostly that if we Hosting Kin you end up getting less damage than more damage. So Hosting Kin this one. then you're taking 20, which is saving you from one hit of the pyre, and that's it. We would have to do another 11? Yeah, we can't do that. So we're gonna Umbra assault you. So we're taking 4 damage, which is pretty good considering that I knew that we were going to take damage this time. We made it through those surprisingly well. We'll fracture you and we're going to plank you. Alright. Well, do we win at the top? I don't know. We can do another fracture, which doesn't yet cause us to win. If we do another fracture, does it cause us to win? Yes, because we can also play a plank. Alright. Also, if we grovel, then it also causes us to win. Alright, great. Four damage in the first one. But we got a unit draft. And that unit draft might contain something we need. Man, I really like Mind Collapse. I'm going to take the Mind Collapse. Echo Infusion is pretty good. I mean, Bounding Echoes, I guess. Bounding Echoes is fine. I'd rather have Echo Infusion because it helps with the Primordium. So let's take the Echo Infusion. And then I guess we most want out of these Shard Soul Carver. Then we've got to go Wurmkin unit, so we could potentially Divinity Master. The Merchant of Steel has a Speed Stone. It's good to know. You've got a True Stone, which we're going to immediately put on Mind Collapse. And then a Value Stone, which is worthless. Oh, no, it can go on Grovel. I'll put that on Grovel. Alright. Actually, pretty good temple so far. Keeper of Echoes. We could take it and sacrifice it to our Shard Soul Carver. I will do that. Speedstone is not necessarily what we want here. Is it good enough? Is it good enough that we don't ignore it? I think it's good enough. We could make it so that this one is better with a Speed Stone eventually. So sacrifice the Keeper of Echoes for putting on the Shard Soul Carver. And then we are going to put a Speed Stone on you. And then hopefully we'll make that better. Because right now you don't have tons of attack. And we're not going to put a Strength Stone on you. We're hoping for better than that. Mark of Invasion. We'll turn it on. Get the money. We can actually deal with everything, so we will. Shard Soul Carver, Primordium, and if we play a Hosting Kin here, which we will, Hosting Kin or Mind Collapse? Actually, the Mind Collapse also helps you because of the Inspire effects. Let's do the Mind Collapse here. And then we Fracture at the bottom, Fracture you at the bottom, and then Hosting Kin just one of the ones in the center. So we've got Plinks. Plinks are good to see. I want you to die, which we could do with a Hosting Kin. So let's play the Plink here. Plink here. We play Echo Infusion on our champion so that it passes on the health. We will Fracture you, Hosting Kin you. We can't put any of those at the top. We also draw one when we play them, which I didn't really think about before I started playing. Well, we got a Plink. Okay, so we don't kill this one at the top. And that is a problem. And this one is in the way for us killing that one, too. This is not good. Let's blink twice at the top, because that does the most, because we get the inspire effects. You're still going to attack the pyre for 8, though. And it's not like we're going to be able to take out you. Yeah, this is not going well. We will certainly play Grovel, though. And then let's play this morsel. There's nothing we can do, really. Oh, you have sweep. Right. Let's play the Umbra Assault at the bottom. There's all of these morsels that we can't really do much with. Okay. The best we can do is probably play Fracture on you and play a Plink at the top so that you get more damage from the Fracture, which is still not great. We're at 65. We would have to... I don't think we can do much. Yeah, we don't have enough Ember to play both of these. If we played both of these, we could make it so that you deal the pyre less damage. But we can't do that. So we'll play a Plink just to play the Plink. And then none of these morsels would survive at the top, so we're going to put them in the center. And the bottom. Alright. And then you are going to give us a card as well, which is not great. Ooh, you dealt a lot of damage to my pyre. Ouch. We don't really care about playing the Sinner's Burdens, we just wish we didn't draw them. Let's play the Plink, because we're not going to play a Train Steward. Right? Actually, playing a Train Steward is not bad. No. You at least get a hit in if you play the Train Steward. Alright, we'll play that one. And then, if we fracture this one, we won't get another Sinner's Burden. If we fracture you, then you'll start taking more damage. Okay, and we're winning at the top just for Gen turn. That did not go well. 24 damage. Ouch. That did not go well. Space Prism that's infused is nice. We'll take it. An Echo Infusion that's infused is nice. We'll take it. Alright. We've got some things that are kind of going. We don't have something to Divinity Master yet, which we're going to try to get here too. Ooh, a Frenzy Stone. Frenzy Stone is excellent. So, we got the Glug Cider. Something that could be Divinity Mastered. Granted, it's very hard to play, because it has Extract 4 on it. So, I don't know how well we're going to do with that. And we've already sacrificed to our main guy, the Keeper of Echoes. Right. Okay, the Glug Cider is probably going to be a worse than a deadweight in our deck, because it takes up a spot in our first 2 turns. We are going to play the Frenzy Stone on you. So you've got Quick and Multi-Strike. We're going to play a Heartstone on the Glug Cider, just in case we play the Glug Cider. And we're going to play a Purge a card to get rid of a Train Steward. Okay. I don't know what we're going to do with Glug Cider, if anything. Concealed Caverns next. The Bone Shaker brings us to a Merchant. What could these do? Hellhorned might be good? The Umbra... What do the Umbra's cards do? I think I want to pick Umbra and see what it gives us. Prismal Dust. I'll collect that. Okay. That was fine. Next, we're going to take one of these. I almost want to take Refracting Lens, because we kind of need the pyre health. I don't know how much we care about Encased Divinity. It helps with Echo Infusion. I don't think we care about Encased Divinity that much. Refined Void is nice, but I think we're going to take the Refracting Lens only because we need it, like, right now, because of our current health. Alright, Talos the Architect pushes attacked units back, which is, you know, weird to deal with. You started at the bottom. We got Glugsider in the first turn, but we also got the Shard Soul Carver, so I'm happy with that. You kill my Primordium if you attack it. So I think we need to put the Shard Soul Carver out in front. And then we can't play the Glugsider. We can play Fracture and Plink. Fracture and Plink. Alright, you know, we hit you down to where a Plink would kill you next turn. Alright, so you're going to get pushed back, which is a little bit weird. We're going to play the Echo Infusion on you, so that you end up giving more health to that one. We're going to play a Plink in the middle, which guarantees that you die. You are going to kill this one, so we don't need to worry about that one. I want to worry about this one. Fracture takes you out. Alright. Good. This is actually going just fine. Hosting Kin. I kind of want to put this one to the back because this one is so much worse. Yeah. I think I'm going to do that. So put you to the back because this one is definitely the worst one. And then as much as I want to fracture the boss, I think we should really fracture you. Fracture you, and Blink at the bottom. Let's Blink in the middle. Okay. Remember, our guy has Quick, so he does kill things quickly, but only if he has enough attack to do so. Which he's got 29 attack, and without morsels, we don't have a way to increase that. So we need to get some morsels sometime. I don't know how we're going to get morsels, though. Unless we play a Plink up here and it hits this one twice, and then we can play the Umbra Assault. That's like our best option. Alright. I don't think that's going very well. Let's try it, I guess. At least we... Oh, Inspiring up here gives you stuff, too. Right. We should Inspire up here. We can play the Train Steward in front, so it dies in the place of you getting hurt. And the Umbra Assault does practically nothing. I guess if we hit this one, then a future Umbra Assault would kill it. Sure. We're gonna have to really worry about these next two, though, because they are a lot more dangerous than what has come before. We can play the Space Prism. That does Inspire and Consume, so it heals our Pyre up a little bit. Thinking about Hosting Kin, we should play Grovel first. Grovel first. And there's no reason not to play those at the top, right? Let's play the Echo Infusion. We're definitely going to play that at the top. We could play it on the Morsel Excavator to keep the Morsel Excavator alive, but who cares? Anti-Umbra Morsel goes up here. We get a Mine Collapse. Alright. I'm thinking that what we do in the center is we push this one back, and then we fracture that one. And we could Mine Collapse this one, or we could think about doing stuff at the top instead. If we push you back... Yeah, we could push you back now, because now you're dying anyway, because we got your attack up enough. And then we can Fracture and Mine Collapse. The Mine Collapse also kills this one, so let's do that. And then Fracture. The bottom would kill that one. You I no longer worry about. Yeah, we have an Anti-Umbra Assault next turn anyway, so we're going to do this. And the Morsel Excavator... Oh, does it just die? It does just die, because you don't have enough attack to kill that one quickly. Okay, so, Anti-Umbra Morsel, we play at the top right here. That gives us morsels. We play a morsel. I like you getting lifesteal. That draws us a card. We don't care about train students. We could play a Prismal Dust to do some things for you, I guess. Is anything else worth playing? The Fracture is worth playing. You are also not killing this one right here, as it currently stands. So we should probably Fracture this one. And you can get a damage shield. And you can get another one if we play Prismal Dust, that'll also give us 5 fire health. Oh right, you ate morsels that made you big enough to kill this one. The Glug Cider can actually be played. Alright, Glug Cider gets played. Now, I want to play Grovel on you. You kill both of these. Oh, actually, you kill quickly, so you actually get these. Alright. And then I think I'm going to Plink here, because you're going to add a whole lot of Reap to the boss, so we might as well make that better. And then we're going to Echo Infusion here, and Mine Collapse could go either place. We're not giving the boss more Reap if we do it here, so let's just infuse you. So the boss is getting a good amount of Reap from our Glug Cider, which we finally were able to play. So, we win. We win at the top, no problem at all. Let's win. Alright. I really like Blazing Bolts, but Shroud Spike seems to fit the deck. Oh man. Shroud Spike seems to fit the deck more. The main problem I have with our deck currently is, although we have a really good unit at the top, it can only kill up to 2 things. Because it has multi-strike 2. We don't really have something else that kills the other things particularly, which is what Blazing Bolts would be good at. But Shroud Spike makes that unit so much stronger, faster, so I'm thinking of taking it anyway. I think we do take it. And then... is there something we want to sacrifice to Glug Cider? I certainly don't want another unit. We could sacrifice the Crucible Warden to Glugsider. If we're able to play Glugsider soon enough that matters. You know, I'd take that. Hurdle's Compound is almost certainly what we should take. Alright. I really want to remove cards. If we duplicated something, what would it be? It could be Grovel, technically. It could be the Shroud Spike that we just added. I don't want to duplicate Keeper of Echoes, do I? It would make it more likely that we would get one on the first turn. Which, you know, that is good to get one of those on the first turn in a more likely manner. But it would give us pack shards. I do want the Merchant of Magic, but how much? Not incredibly much. Alright, I think we're going to the right. Mostly because of the remove cards. So we're removing Train Stewards. And then... we upgrade our champion next? I guess so. So the aggressive edible is nice. Would we rather have some attack on our unit or some damage shield? The important thing about going down the superfood track is that we can do it in the last divinity. Because we need that damage shield in the last divinity for Primordium to stay alive. I think that's a reason to choose superfood. Alright, let's go here next. Actually, let's look here. Twinstone, Seekstone. Seekstone is nice. We're definitely not taking those. Alright, that made that one easy. So, Divine Temple, we're going to sacrifice the Crucible Warden to the Glugsider to make the Glugsider better. It does make the Glugsider better, let's be honest. We're going to Hellvent to duplicate the Shard Soul Carver so that we get it on the first turn in a more likely manner. And then let's Seekstone the Space Prism. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Do we Twinstone as well? Twinstone is not bad. Twinstone on Echo Infusion is nice. Twinstone on Space Prism is not bad either. Let's put it on Space Prism. Alright, we've taken a lot of pack shards right here. But here's what I'm thinking. We need to have our Shard Soul Carver on the first turn. And therefore, since the Glugsider is so hard to play on the first turn, we now have 2 Shard Soul Carvers. Only one of them is really going to do much. The other one is basically a consume card. Our Glugsider, we're going to try to play in the center, but maybe the second time through the deck. And I mostly want my deck to be smaller. Mostly. That's what I want. Okay. It has a good amount of trash in it still. Spell Shield 2, I mean, it makes the Antumbra Assaults even more useless. It makes the Hostingkins bad. The Mind Collapse deals with it. The Plinks are pretty bad. I mean, I don't think we turned it on. So just click fight. We got the Glugsider in the first turn, we can't play it. I mean, we technically... no, we can't play it. So, the Shard Soul Carver goes up here. The Primordium goes up here. We play Space Prism. We play Space Prism again. Now we can put Morsels up here, and you've got a couple of Inspires on you. We can't really do much else right now, so just do the Mind Collapse. And then the Glug Slider can't be played. Click and turn. So here's the other one, which probably just we don't play. Well, no, we probably play it, but it just dies somewhere. We'll play it in the center. It will probably just die. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. Alright, Echo Infusion here first, though. The Plink doesn't do enough damage. The Hosting Kin kills this one, which is nice for it to have done. This Shard Soul Carver goes here, which deals some damage to you, and then I guess what we're going to do is play the Prismal Dust on our champion, so that it continues to put even more damage shield on our front one. Sure. We have Grovel. Let's play that first. We want to add damage shield to you again. Sure. And then we can place both of those up there. One of them first, see what we draw. Alright. That doesn't change my mind. And then we want to play other stuff. We do want to inspire you, of course. I also kind of want to get rid of some of these other guys. You have far too much health, for example. Let's fracture you a couple of times. And then, what do we do with the final fracture? Do we put it on you? You've got a spell shield. We could put it on this one. I think we want to put it on this one. Alright, so we've spread out some fractures. Hosting Kin kills one of these. That's nice. The Plinks don't kill anything, which is why the Plinks are not very useful anymore. I think we play a Plink at the top for the Inspire effect. And then we play another Plink at the top for the Inspire effect. And now you're killing him quickly, which is nice and all. And then we play a fracture here. If we play a fracture on this one, then you kill this one, which seems nice. And then you get to the top floor with far too much health. But I guess we might take some damage on our pyre. Yeah, these Umbra assaults and flanks are just bad at this point. You're dying. We could give you more health, and then you would still die. Alright, so you're dead at this point. That's fine. We're going to play an Echo Infusion up here. We're going to play a Fracture on you, and then a couple more Fractures on you, I guess. A Fracture on you kills you. Let's do one here. And then let's do one here. And you do so much damage to my pyre. Oh my. That was a lot of damage on the pyre. The Glug Slider can now go in the center. Huzzah. We will definitely do that. Alright. You're dying up there quickly. We can play an Umbra Assault here. We can play these morsels up here. It also draws us a card. I mean, the Shroud Spike would be better if we had more Ember right now, which we do not. We're gonna get a Mind Collapse. I'm thinking about killing this one, because then you're gonna get a lot of Reap next turn. Let's do it. Let's give you a lot of Reap next turn, and see how that goes. You take 0 damage. Oh, right. There's no echoes there. Right. So, we're going to play a Grovel. We're going to play a Morsel. And then we're going to see what we draw. We draw an Echo Infusion. We could play it down here in order to get the Reap to happen more, or we could play it here to give you more attack. And health, for that matter. I don't know, but we're going to play the Morsel Jeweler up here. I guess we play the Mind Collapse here no matter what. But we don't have to play it before we play these. The Plinks could go here, I guess. I mean, the Fracture is definitely going. Alright, let's do that first. Fracture goes here. Plinks might be better at the top than they are down here. Possibly so. Let's play the Plinks at the top. And the Echo Infusion at the top. Alright, and then the Mind Collapse here. You're taking 150 damage. That's primarily from Reap, which you'll still have next turn. Alright, the boss has 82 Reap. That's pretty nice. The boss dies. Click end turn. Oh, our guy had so much damage shield. Didn't even get through the damage shield. Alright, well, we took 9 damage in that one, which wasn't great, but that's only 9 damage because of how much we healed, by the way. Ember Cache is nice. I think I like it more than Cannibalize. And Ember Cache also makes Refracting Lens happen more often. If that's important to anybody. We don't care about most of these. We're fighting against Seraph the Chaste, which removes buffs. So even though Symphony of the Soul is really nice, it's not nice against Seraph. And the Extract 5 is really hard to deal with. It's still really nice, though. It's still really nice, because it doubles the damage shield that our top unit has. The total recall is not bad. It's just that the spells that it chooses are random. I don't know if we like the randomness aspect of it. But otherwise, it's pretty nice. I think I'm gonna take it. Okay, we want to remove more cards. I would love to go to that, but we don't have Ember really to go there. Or Ember, I mean gold to really go there. So let's go this way and remove cards. How many Train Stewards do we have? Just one. And then the ones that are getting real bad are Umbra Assault. That's real bad at this point. Merchant of Steel, a Frenzy Stone on Glugsider. We could put a Battle Stone on Glugsider. Let's put a Battle Stone on Glugsider and just remove another card. Another Umbra Assault? Sure. Because at least the Plinks have infused. Alright, and then let's move on. That one was not a great one, but we did remove cards. Next time we're going to go to the Concealed Caverns and the Unstable Vortex. Okay, that might be good. We have 130 pack shards. This is not a good thing. And we definitely don't want to turn this on, right? Yeah, we definitely don't. We have way too many pack shards for where we are. So, Keeper of Echoes first. Primordium. Give us some space. Give us some more space. Do a Hosting Kin on one of you. And then a Prismal Dust for just one, so that you bring that one over 3 times. Okay. We are healing up our pyre a little bit. We got the Glugsider already. We can't play it this turn. We could play the Shardsill Carver in the center, which I think we should. And where do we play Plinks and Fractures? I mean, I guess I'm going to play a Fracture on the Collector, so we kill the Collector. Yeah, alright. That was all there, but at least we quickly kill this one at the top. We're going to quickly kill a couple of those next round. It's just that our middle guy is going to die a whole lot faster than I would prefer him to die. I do not mind drawing any of those and adding Consume to it. We're going to play Amber Cache for sure. We're going to play the Echo Infusion for sure. I don't want to draw those again. I could play a Plink before playing Total Recall. No, because we want to play Total Recall. We want to play Total Recall first so that we get the cards. Because they have Consume, but they didn't lose any of their cost. And then Echo Infusion definitely goes here. We're going to play the Amber Cache. We're going to play Grovel. Grovel, we apply the damage shield to you. You are dying very much. Not too much we can do about that. We could play a Plink at the bottom and hope to kill one of those back ones. Sure. We didn't, as it turns out. Echo Infusion again. Alright, our top guy at least has a lot of health. The problem is, we're not killing one of those unless we get Hosting Kin or Mind Collapse. Then we can kill one of those, and then the back one still does far too much damage to our pyre. Yeah, we've got problems. We've got problems, and we don't have much in the center to help with them anymore. So, we're going to play the Fracture at the top. We're going to play the Plink in the center to hope to kill one of those. We killed one of those. How about that? Now we can play you up here, and we can play the Mind Collapse. Ooh, Hosting Kin. So we could play Hosting Kin to try to deal with this one. Because if we kill both of these, then we're going to take you out. Okay, you know what? We'll take out both of these, and then you die. And then the next floor is a problem for next turn. There are going to be problems, though. We got the Glugsider, and we can play it in the center. We're going to play the Echo Infusion here. We need to play the Mind Collapse on one of those. So we need to play a Blink here. And then we can play Glugsider in the center. And then we really want to play another one of these here. So we shall. Ooh, the Mind Collapse kills you perfectly. How about that? Why aren't you guys dying? Or getting any damage? Because when you attack, he applies Reap. Does it not happen if you've got damage shield? I don't think that's true. Huh. How are you guys not getting damaged? I'm not sure. The Mind Collapse is going to go here. And then we could Fracture here to kill this one. So I shall. So, this one doesn't apply Reap when it has damage shield? Oh no. Oh no, that makes it a lot worse that it had 5 damage shield to begin with. I mean, it does make it so that it does a whole lot more to you, which is valuable. Alright. Well, Excavated Ember. Excavated Ember. We have to play the Plinks where it could kill something. And I want to play the Plinks at the top. It has a much higher chance of killing this. Okay, we at least got something. Which we're going to play up here, and we're going to Shroud Spike it. Ooh, we got Gravel. Maybe we don't Shroud Spike it. Maybe we Shroud Spike the next one. Like a Morsel Miner? Alright. And we've got a Morsel Excavator, too. The only problem is that we really do need to take out some of these other ones. And Shroud Spike is going to kill the front two, but it won't kill the other ones. So we need to fracture... We need to fracture these. That makes that one die. And we're going to do that here, too. Okay, so we Shroud Spike for less. Oh, and the front one doesn't die. Well, you know, we're going to take a fair amount of damage there. It's very sad. Yeah, this is a fair amount of damage. Alright, but we heal up a lot because of the refracting lens. Excavated Ember is nice. Echo Infusion is nice. We're going to do that here. And then we're definitely playing Fractures on the boss. If we play the Plinks here, it does a fair amount of damage to the boss, so I am going to do it. Alright, the boss has 710 damage on this floor from just the Reap from our Glug Cider. Well, the Glug Cider hit it once. Alright, and then we pretty easily win at the top. I guess we could try to get infused cards. We don't have any more consume cards in the deck, do we? No, we don't. So we can't increase our higher health anymore. Alright, it is going. We take damage, but we heal more than we take damage right now. Don't think we want these. The Excavation Eruption is not terrible. Maybe we should take that. Guess we'll take it. It's not terrible. Ooh, Soul-Crushing Guilt. That really helps. That really helps against bosses. Broken Memories we should consider. I've considered it. Let's take Soul-Crushing Guilt. Okay. I certainly want the deck to get smaller at this point, because I think we just did a couple things that were extremely helpful. Extreme Stone and True Stone. So True Stone on Excavated Eruption is nice. Extreme Stone is also nice there. Are we going to have a problem of wanting more Ember than we can get? Probably. Alright. Unstable Vortex, we can at least get rid of the worst cards that we have, which are primarily Plink at this point. I think it's primarily Plink. These cards are bad. And let's go here. Give me something good. I don't know what I want, but I definitely want something. You know, I don't know if we want those. The Steel Polyclaw isn't bad. And the Trap Shoot isn't that bad. I'm going to take the Trap Shoot, and I think I might end up using it on bosses more than anything else. Okay, so we definitely want to take the True Stone to put on Excavation Eruption. I don't know if I want the pack shards from the Extreme Stone is the thing. We've got two more places to go, and there's a Divine Horde. Let's not take that many more pack shards. And then if we're duplicating a card, really at this point, what card do we duplicate? We could duplicate Soul-Crushing Guilt, if we think that's a good one. We could duplicate the Space Prism. That's not bad. Because that could make it so that we could potentially play Glug Cider on the first turn. At the top, even. Ooh, it's 15 pack shards. I'm gonna do it anyway. If we can put Glugsider on the same floor as our other unit, that's even better. Okay, let's move on. I think we've done enough damage in pack shards. Alright, Shattering Dark Shard and Blinding Dark Shard. You know, the blinding is not fun, especially because of our champion. Yeah. Well, at least the blinding is at the bottom. So, what we do is we place... We don't even get to play Total Recall. Alright, Shardsill Carver, the Primordium, and then we're playing Space Prism, Space Prism, Space Prism, and Space Prism. Which is really funny, actually. So we could put the Glugsider at the top. It is a possibility. I don't think it's the place that we would prefer to play the Glugsider a lot of the time, because then we don't have really anything to do with morsels until you go away. Huh. You know, I don't know. I don't mind. The problem with it this turn is then we couldn't play Echo Infusion on our champion. Because we can't play anything else that gives us echoes at the top. Let's play Weight of Contrition. So we're thinking between Glugsider or Echo Infusion. And then if we do Echo Infusion, we could play Fracture somewhere. I'm going to play the Glugsider. So it's going to get Damage Shield, which is not the best, as we learned. But it getting more health is good. And right now, everything that's going up the train, we kill quickly, with just our unit without much to it. 3 Weights of Contrition. Well, we don't have the Ember to play all of them. We'll play the 2 that we can. So we take 3 damage. Three more Weights of Contrition. It's actually kind of bad. Kind of bad. We want your damage shield to go away, and it's just not going to go away. I think we might have to keep some Weights of Contrition in the deck. I'm actually going to do... we need to keep some Weights of Contrition in the deck, I think. No, let's not. Alright. Next turn is going to be an important turn. So we do have Gravel, which we add Damage Shield to you. And then we get to play one of these morsels. I guess a Magma Morsel on the front one. You're not going to get much stronger, turns out. The Mind Collapse, great. That means we can do that much, and then we can play Mind Collapse to kill you. And then Hosting Kin. Might want to kill you with Hosting Kin. We can play a Morsel Excavator. You would give us another Weight of Contrition and deal 1 damage to the pyre. I don't think that's something that we care about enough to play Trap Shoot. But we could play a Hosting Kin, I guess. Okay, you know what? We're going to play the Morsel Excavator up here. That kills you. We're going to Hosting Kin you. Just so that we don't get the... whatever it's called. The Weight of Contrition. Now we only get 1 Weight of Contrition. Okay. We have an Excavation Eruption, which would be really good to play at the bottom or the middle. Let's play it at the bottom. Hope it gives us stuff. It gave us 2. Because it killed the middle one. Which is fine. So at the top, what in the world are we doing? Echo Infusion on you. You're going to get to the top is the thing, and I really don't have any way around that. I think I should Hosting Kin you. Are we going to play the Ember Cache? Playing the Ember Cache is better than playing Weight of Contrition. Actually. Alright. And then we can play a Fracture on the boss? Because it doesn't kill this one. Does it change what happens with you? No. Alright, play Fracture on the boss. We're going to get a fair amount of damage here. And the plan is to heal it up with Refracting Lens. Oh my gosh. That's a lot of damage. And we might get more this next turn too. We could Soul Crushing Guilt you, actually. Let's do that. Soul Crushing Guilt you. And then, as much as I would like to Fracture the boss, I think we need to play Fracture here. You're only taking 2 damage. Because you don't kill that one quickly. And you don't if I play Fracture. You might if I play Plink. If I play both of them, you definitely do. Let's play the Plink. Alright, now you kill that one quickly, which means you're only hitting the pyre once, which means we can play Weight of Contrition. Having our Glugsider in front is good, except for the fact that it has so much damage shield. And its revenge effect doesn't happen with damage shield, which is very annoying. So, nothing bad is happening at the top, we shouldn't do anything there. We could bring you to the bottom, or bring you to the bottom. Let's play the Shard Soul Carver. Here. Let's play the Weight of Contrition. Soul Crushing Guilt would be nice to get back if we could do it on the boss, which we can't. So I'm gonna play Trap Shoot. I guess I'm gonna play this just for the consume, just so that we heal up. So Trap Shoot what? Trap Shoot you. So we kill this one. And then we play Total Recall just so that we're gaining health in our pyre. We did get Soul Crushing Guilt, it's just we can't play it on the boss this turn. So we're not going to play it. Right. Well, I think we play Grovel here. I want to play the Weight of Contrition. As much as I would like to play this, it just doesn't do that much for me, because it doesn't slay anything. So we're just going to play this, and we're going to play the Ant Umbra Morsels up here. And we could play a Fracture. We're going to play a Fracture on the boss. And then let's play a Prismal Dust on this one. Okay. We should be winning here. We're not yet. Alright, but we do have Excavated Ember, Excavated Ember, Excavated Ember, Weight of Contrition. We don't have a morsel to play Shroud Spike on. In fact, we don't have a consistent source of a morsel. Oh, Grovel is a consistent source, I guess. Maybe a Freestone would be really good on Shroud Spike. Oh well. We want to play the Echo Infusion. Echo Infusion, right? Well, no, actually we really want the... We really want the Echoes. There we go. There we go. Now we're winning. Alright. Great. We are winning. Okay. That was a slow way to win, but it was a win. And we took 32 damage overall. We took more than that. We just healed some up. Earnest Tap? Earnest Tap is pretty good. Echoes of the Past is good. We should take that. We really need more attack on our multi-strike unit. I mean, I would love to have more multi-strike too, but we really need the attack. And then draw more or Fell's Remorse, because both seem kind of nice. I think we draw more. It's usually the good plan. Okay, so if we go to the right, the Merchant of Steel isn't going to do anything for us. But the Unstable Vortex and Herzl's Horde could do something for us. And then we have a lot of money for the next ring. Of which we might go toward a Merchant of Magic. I mean, I really want the Unstable Vortex is the thing right here. So we're going to go this way. Let's peek in here. Do we really want to take more pack shards? The answer is no. We're going to take more there. The Divine Horde. You can do nothing, right? Yes, you can't do anything. We can just purge a card here, which we're not going to at this juncture. The Champion upgrade, the Superfood 3, I think is really good to have. Just more damage shield. And then gain an artifact. Let's do that next. That didn't really do much for us, but we'll take Sinner Salve. Let's remove 2 cards. So the cards that we really want to remove are Plinks, because they're doing practically nothing. So remove some more Plinks. We do have, like, all of the Fractures that we started with still in the deck. And then Extreme Stone could go on Excavation Eruption if we wanted to take those pack shards, which I think would be a bad plan. So we're not going to do it. Go to the next battle. Alright, you are not so bad if we've got lots of damage shield. I don't think we take Heaven's Seal at all. So we're just gonna click fight. We really want to win. So we could play Glugsider in the center this turn if we play the Space Prisms there. Is that worth it? It probably kind of is. So we're going to play the Primordium at the top. We're not going to play the Glugsider at the top. We're going to play the Glugsider in the center. I really regret putting the Damage Shield 5 on you, but it's not like we can do much about it now. So, Space Prism, Space Prism. I would love to get more space at the top too, but if we're going to play Glugsider this first turn, we have to use them all here. Or play a Fracture in the middle, which we can't do. So, play the Glugsider the first turn. I think that will be good for us in the long run in this battle. Okay, at least this is free. At least we can play Shardsoul Carver up here. We can play a Hosting Kin on this one, which seems great. Kill that one. Heal up a bit. We can draw a card after playing Grovel. We play Grovel on you, so that we get the morsels and the extra damage shield. They're going to have a ton of damage shield. And I really like the magma morsel, but we can't play it on you. Right. The morsels can only go in the center. Right. Forgot about that part. So the Mind Collapse kills only the Collector. Which means let's fracture this back one right here. And then play Mind Collapse on the Collector. And then we could play Prismal Dust, which I kind of want to do at the top. I'm very concerned that so many things are getting higher up than I want, and that's partially because we didn't make the top very strong, but we've got Echoes of the Past. Yeah, Echoes of the Past will help with that. So the Shroud Spike doesn't do much of anything. You can actually go in the center behind the Glug Cider. How nice. I'm thinking we might put the Gilded Wing to the bottom. I don't know. That actually is probably worse than what we have going. Yeah, probably is. Oh, what do we do? We're gonna take so much damage in the pyre. Do we just try to heal it up? Maybe we just try to heal it up. Keep the Trap Shoot in the deck. Play the Echo Infusion here. Play this Shard Soul Carver here. Play a Fracture at the top. So that you get stronger. And I guess you're only going to deal damage to the pyre once regardless, so we're going to play the Fracture here. And be done. I'm very worried about you getting up there too. Yeah, things are kind of bad. We're taking a lot of damage on the pyre. And as much as I say we can heal it up, you know, we can only heal up so much. Alright, Echoes of the Past is here. Do we play Soul Crushing Guilt instead? Maybe. We're gonna play these two, of course. So we could play the Hosting Kin on you, which is not bad. I think we don't play Soul Crushing Guilt. We'll play the Hosting Kin here, so that we're dealing damage to you. And then we play the Plink, and then we play Echoes of the Past. Yeah, that's gonna definitely have to be how it is. Meanwhile, you still have 2 damage shield. I wish you didn't have so much damage shield. Alright, this greatly improves our ability to defeat things. The Soul Crushing Guilt we don't want to play in the center. Unless we just want to move this one back. You know, let's move this one back, actually. So we're getting more damage on the pyre. We're dying so fast. We are dying so fast. Alright. We got Soul Crushing Guilt again. So, unfortunately, we're not dealing enough damage to you in order to win. So we've got to do something. Most likely, that's playing Total Recall after playing a couple things. We could play the Echo Infusion. I mean, what does Total Recall get back? It only gets back Echo Infusion? Okay. Well, we'll play Echo Infusion. We will... Trap Shoot something? We could Trap Shoot you, but then don't we just die to this one if we don't Trap Shoot it? I think we do die to you if we don't Trap Shoot you. Which is not great. It's not great, because it's not like we're gonna be able to deal with it with all of those too. Alright. I think we really should play the Total Recall this turn. Partially just for the heal. the heal on our pyre, I mean. Okay, well, I do not feel good about this battle. At least the center, they're actually getting reaped now. Oh man, this is not good. I think we die right here. Oh no. The only thing that we can do is try to make the top floor as good as we can. Oh, we're dead. We're dead, and we had such a promising run. I think it was a promising run, but we died. We just took far too much damage with the units going up the train. Oh, and I misplayed the Glugsider so badly. Yeah. I was misplaying the Glugsider for a lot of that. We did get a new personal record, so we got something. And we did have a chance to master something, it's just we didn't. And I think a lot of that was because I put 5 damage shield on Glugsider, to be honest. I think that was the worst thing that I did in that one, was putting 5 damage shield on Glugsider. Because I didn't realize the revenge effect wouldn't take effect with damage shield like that. Sad. No new crown this run. My clan artifacts list at the bottom remains the same, and sadly I did not Divinity Master a new card. Both cards on the right still need to be Divinity Mastered, and I actually had a chance to master Glugsider this time and squandered it. How sad. On the left, Shardsoul Carver was my most reliable minion, even though it tends not to be one of my favorites to take. The fact that it takes up 3 space often dissuades me from adding it to a deck. Still, I am happy to take it sometimes, which cannot be said about Hosting Kin, which reaches my 100 battle threshold in spite of the fact that I do not like having it in my decks. The only reason it has become the 46th card I've taken into 100 battles is that I don't prioritize removing them. A zero-cost consume card is something you hardly ever see a second time in a single battle, and one that deals damage is almost always useful to play. For artifacts, Refracting Lenses was an artifact that I depended on greatly, which would have been fine if I had just needed it to survive through the middle battles, but I was depending on it all the way through to the late battles, when it just can't keep up. But at least I earned a new record because of it. In contrast, Mask of Penumbra is great, and I was happy to have it, especially since I started with a card that could consistently grant me morsels. Check out my tracking sheet, link in the video description, new episodes for at least a couple more Saturdays, and thanks for watching.